Marisol Holman thinks her job is more important than yours.
The realization of what it means to likely be the very first person to touch another human being coming into the planet. I mean, seriously, there is no other greater honor that I can come up with.
Her calling card is her name.
But some become
Just because of me, because of my name.
And she said, oh, she speaks Spanish. So that was like, I want her. I wanted something very intimate.
Her work, it's not only life-changing, it's life-preserving.
We're called to be with women, so then we become highly educated in how to be with women.
She is the only Spanish-speaking Latina home birth certified professional midwife regularly working out of homes. Colombian-born Holman is based in Anderson but travels hours to catch babies, as she calls it. To use the Spanish term, a modern-day Partera in Indiana.
Because she knew Spanish and because she was from a South American country, there was a special kind of bonding. I kind of trusted her automatically.
With a state as diverse as ever, it may be important to embrace cultural traits and traditions now more than ever. The latest U.S. Census estimates show that from 2010 to 2013, the Hispanic population grew more than any race or ethnic group in the state, with Lake County leading most others in growth. Immigration experts say some of those women are migrants from Central and South America. Holman says she wants women of all ethnicities, especially Latinas, to be empowered to know maternal care is not one size fits all.
My family is of color who come usually at the consultation when they come in and sit down. Then shortly, usually after, you have people that look like me birthing. You know, there's pictures, there's dolls, there's, whatever. And have said that's just so comforting. I need the affirmations that people like us do this.
Holman says her fellow midwives in hospitals have just as high a calling. But for many in the field of maternal health, there is a schism between two schools of thought. Some caregivers think birthing options should include home birth awareness, while others think the best care is always provided in hospitals.
Things right down the hall, within steps, is to me really important. If there is a problem, a slight problem, test results. We have the access to highly skilled physicians. Say, hey doc, what's going on here? What should our course be?
It's very difficult to find any pictures, paintings, portraits with a woman with brown hair who look like me.
Holman says the subject is so sensitive in the state, she's worried about backlash, but her concern for diversity is greater. She says only 15% of her clients are Black and Latina. Although in her experience, Latina women aren't as open to the idea of home birth, she thinks even understanding those cultural differences is key to starting dialogue.
But they carry along with them some of the very old traditional customs of the things that they want done.
15-month-old Elizabeth Ray is special to her parents, but also statistically rare. Figures from the Indiana State Department of Health show only 27 Hispanic babies were born by home birth in 2012. Elizabeth's mother, 35-year-old Joanna Perez Ray, says when she moved to Carmel, Indiana a few years ago from Chile, she wanted to embrace a form of birth culturally frowned upon.
I don't know if there are many Hispanic women that want to have the children at home. It's seen as something you just want to avoid. You just don't do that. It's not safe. It's not anything that you would expect in a birth. So when I told my friends and my family, they were all shocked and like, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, my mom said, I don't understand you. You have all these ideas of how a birth should go, and a hospital is that.
What we do know is in the numbers. A growing body of health policy experts say midwifery care, which often includes comprehensive prenatal care in addition to delivery, can be life-saving. A June 2014 report from the World Health Organization and its health partners calls midwives essential and reports their services could cut maternal and newborn deaths by 2/3 worldwide if properly trained. Per the American College of Nurse Midwives, nearly half of counties in the United States have no maternity care professional at all. A 2013 Indiana law, House Bill 1135, recognized midwife-assisted home births as legal. Anna Vallow is a doula who provides non-medical care to pregnant women. As the legislation committee chair for the Indiana Midwives Association, she says culturally competent and thorough training is the loudest call from the midwife community.
Definitely within a safe model of care, definitely following guidelines if those guidelines are put in place. We do need a level of accountability, and we need skilled attendants who are great at the craft that they serve our populations with.
Luz. ¿Dónde están las luces?
Women connect with women of their culture or their ethnicity or their race or their background. And when you are able to fuse together a woman's culture within her birth choices and within her options, the sky then becomes the limit for her.
We are made to be with women, which is what midwifery means, with the wife.
Mary Ellis is a hospital-based midwife, often called a certified nurse midwife. She calls home birth midwifery a niche community.
Home births are a niche. They highly educated women who've done the research on home birth and find someone to attend their home birth. And I'm not familiar with that too much.
The latest 2012 Indiana natality report shows fewer than 6,000 Indiana births were attended by some type of midwife. Ellis says some of her clients come to her North Shore Health Center in Lake Station, Indiana, because they can't afford the costs associated with home births.
And we are called to work with the poorer women. That's just how we are, and that's where can we do the most good. They go and speak to our counselors about presumptive Medicaid. And if you are here and you live here and this was your home birth home, then you're eligible for this. If you come from another country, you're eligible for this. Basic service, but still service.
The nurse midwives in the hospital, they do a different work. They support a different population than I do, and they're so needed.
Elizabeth's mom says having a birthing expert who looked like her was so invaluable, she's doing it again.
Congratulations. Thank you. I'm doing it again.
With Marisol.
With Marisol. With Marisol having the mix. It was a little bit of a mix in English and Spanish, actually. I don't know. It was so amazing. And I'm so grateful I was home.
It's like working around miracles every day. It's really cool.
Because man, birth is cool. It's the crux. It's the beginning. It's the bottom layer.
We're people. We're not numbers. We're not robots. And we just don't have feelings and emotions. We have life experiences. And birth is a life event.
We need more midwives of color here.
Here in Indiana?
Everywhere.
Varying opinions are appropriate for a subject that's always been about choice. And they say the only demand should be one for diversity. In Anderson, Hilary Powell, Lakeshore News.